Monday Night Football. We have a doubleheader to end week 7. In this video, we're talking only about the Buccaneers versus Lions game. I have two player props, including a mini ladder. I have a plus 1900 parlay. And of course, I'll give you my pick on the side or total. If you are new, my name is Austin. Thank you as always for tuning in. Do me a favor, go down below, hit that like button, and subscribe. A little bit of a long intro here. Let's talk about how we did on Sunday. Overall, we went up almost 2 units. We certainly will take that. Not the best day. Did cost ourselves taking Jonathan Taylor at 100 plus at plus 145 instead of his regular line. He ended with 94. I'll still lose there. I'd rather take the plus 140 than the a minus 110 and not that high of a line. But we did really make up a lot of our money and the units really in our long shot parlay in the Commanders Cowboys game. It was these 4 legs, all to score touchdowns, cash in the first half, brought back over 3 units to the bankroll. Now, I didn't include it in a YouTube video because honestly, we didn't have the boost and stuff by the time I recorded. Again, I did post it to Twitter though, so it wasn't necessarily a Dub Club exclusive play. I talk about it all the time. One of the main perks of joining the Dub Club, our VIP group, sure, you get exclusive picks and parlays, which will be very, very important when the NBA starts tomorrow. But you also get all the plays pinged to your phone, which is a pretty cool thing. So they get pinged to your phone in the Dub Club app. You can get them pinged to your phone and by the Discord, and you can also get them emailed to you. So all 3 of those things, easy to get them. You don't miss out on any of the plays. Again, you can join. It's $10 for your first month down below. Last 2 notes of housekeeping. We do have to talk about day 10 of the ladder challenge. We have made it this far, and we have made 3 legs down, 2 to go. Amon-Ra and Jamison Williams, both to come through for us tonight. We'll be streaming it on YouTube. So right where you are right now, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications so you know when we go live. And we will be live later on tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern, probably be live 10, 15 minutes beforehand. So make sure you get on in there, sweat it out with us. We'll be able to pull up the game cast or whatever it is. Obviously, can't stream the actual game, but we'll make sure we're sweating all together and hoping to cash day 10. Last piece of housekeeping, I'm sorry for the long intro, is we do have our touchdown parlay. Week 7, we are down to 1 leg. Mike Evans. So we're sweating this out. Mike Evans, I need a touchdown tonight. I also need a little bit more from you. We'll talk about that in a second. That'll bring me back 2.5 units. Quinshawn and Keenan, thank you for doing your jobs. All right, let's dive into things. Let's just kick things off with our plus 1900 parlay. Drum roll, please. Boom. 4-leg touchdown parlay, just like the one we cashed in the Commanders and Cowboys game. This one, once again, has a 53.5 point total. These are my 4 favorite guys. Now, I'd argue I kind of like Mike Evans a little bit more than Rachaad White, but I can't double down on Mike Evans. If Jahmyr Gibbs, Amon-Ra, and Sam Laporta all score touchdowns, and Mike Evans is the one that ruins this one and ruins our other one, I wouldn't be able to live that down. That's too much risk on a single player. He gets injured, boom, you're dead. But I do like Rachaad White. He scored a touchdown in back-to-back games. No Bucky Irving. He can do it in the air as well, which I like to see. I love Gibbs, love St. Brown. I think Laporta gets some opportunities here, especially at the goal line. Hard to run it in against against this Tampa Bay Buccaneers front. So while Gibbs might struggle a little bit, he can do it in the air and on the ground, and he can break a big one. Whereas I don't really see Montgomery having as good of a chance. So again, only 0.1 unit here, nothing crazy. Plus 1900, a 0.1 unit to win 1.9. That's our first pick in this game. My first official, best bet of player props and stuff is actually touchdown prop, and it's the guy in that touchdown parlay. It's Amon-Ra St. Brown, scored touchdown. It's minus 105 on ESPN bet. I'm playing him straight up for 1 unit to score touchdown. You could take his yards, take receptions. I just want the touchdown. I won't lie to you. I think he could score 2, which I think is plus 600. But I'll just take the 1 at minus 105 for a unit. St. Brown, I don't really need to go in. I mean, it's a touchdown prop. There's going to be some volatility here. But if you're just talking about hit rate so far this season, he started scoring a touchdown in 3 of the first 4 games. In fact, he didn't score in week 1, scored the next 3 games, had 6 touchdowns combined in those next 3. He's gone 2 straight scoreless. Coming back home, I think they find a way to get him in the end zone. I mean, it's a guy that last year had 12 touchdowns, so it's not like he's not allowed to score for this offense. You look at Jared Goff's passing touchdown line; it's almost like minus 200 for him to score to throw 2. I think if he throws 2, I think he has an absolute A+ matchup. There's a reason I put him in the ladder. Obviously, no fun going from Sunday and having to sweat into Monday, but there's a reason because I really like St. Brown's matchup. I think he's one of the best matchups in this week. So Amon-Ra, I need a touchdown out of you. I also need 40 yards. Go get the job done. I love that one. I said I had a mini ladder on a player, and I said I need a little bit more from Mike Evans in addition to a touchdown. If you could do these things, that'd be pretty sweet. I'm laddering up his over in receiving yards. Now, you'll see I put the risk in the odds down below at the bottom right. I only put a half unit on his regular line at 61.5, but I did sprinkle on the 80 plus, which is plus 167 on DraftKings, and I did put 0.1 unit on the 100 plus at plus 354. Obviously, there is some concern here for Mike Evans if he even plays, but I think it's pretty likely that he suits up. Now, Emeka Egbuka is running mate. I don't think he suits up. I'd be shocked if he plays, but I think Mike Evans does suit up tonight. And if he doesn't, no harm, no foul. We get our money back here and we would cash our touchdown parlay. So if he doesn't want to suit up, not necessarily too mad, but I do think he does. And I think if he does, he's going to be 100% or as close to it as he can be. We know Mike Evans, there's two things he cares about a lot. Number one is winning. We know we want to win games and get into the playoffs and do that. But also number two, it's that 1,000-yard season. And sure, you could say, well, if he plays here, he has a better chance of hitting 1,000. Yeah, but I don't see himself forcing himself to play here unless he's pretty close to 100%. And if he thinks that, hey, I'm not going to re-injure myself. So I think he gets out there, and I think he's their only real good option. Now, we've seen him have good games against Detroit in the past. His last 3 games against them, he only had 49 and 42 in 2 of those games, but did have 147 in the other game. The 2 games that he flopped, he only had 4 and 3 receptions because his running mate, Chris Godwin, had 77 and 117 receiving yards. Now, we all know Chris Godwin's out. Emeka Egbuka, I'd be shocked if he plays. And if he does, he's not even close to 100%. And so it's really just going to be that Mike Evans show. And this is a team in the Lions that run man coverage at the 6th highest rate, 6th most frequency. And they're down a lot of elite or cornerbacks. I mean, they're down, I have their guys listed out. Brian Branch, obviously suspended. They're down Terry Arnold, Kirby Joseph, DJ Reed's been on the IR for a few weeks. Avonte Maddox, all these guys are out. So this is a secondary heavily banged up, but I don't see them going away from their normal. We want to run man more often than not. And Evans over the last 2 years has averaged over 3 yards per route run against man coverage. I don't see them having a ton of success running the football. And if you look at Mike Evans, his receptions line's in at 4.5, minus 140 or worse on most books. And Mike Evans over his last 20 games in which he has had 5 or more receptions, you look at him over this line 70% of the time, averaging over 90 yards per game. So again, Mike Evans, I think if they're going to play him man, Baker's going to take that shot any day of the week. I think he'll be open on some slants for some easy yards. He'll get some deep action as well. I think he has a big day. Love is over in yards. I'm laddering it up to 100 plus. Also would love if he gets himself into the end zone. Now, before I get into my lean for the game, I do have a chalkboard slip. A reminder, you guys know we love chalkboard here. Chalkboard, if you sign up using my code COS, they will give you the Sam Darnold free pick to use in the other game. So that is the Texans and Seahawks game. I'll have that video posted right after this one. So they'll give you that free pick. They'll also match your first deposit dollar for dollar up to $100. So let's say you're like, Austin, I don't have $100 to deposit. I'll just throw in 20. They'll give you an extra 20. So you have $40 to try to take more of their money, which honestly, I hope you do. So again, code COS or the link down below. Here's my slip I'm rolling with. 4 legs. Amon-Ra and Mike Evans have already talked about. David Montgomery has historically struggled, though, here in this matchup against the Buccaneers. I don't see him having a big day on the ground. I just don't. He's struggled here. I know they've said, we want to be a more balanced backfield. I don't buy any of that baloney. Count me out on that. I'd fade David Montgomery. I'm just not doing it because the line's at 43.5. If it was in the mid-50s, I'd be there, but you don't have a ton of wiggle room here, but I will fade him in the chalkboard slip. And then I have Jahmyr Gibbs for 3 receptions. I think he can get that pretty easily. This is a Buccaneers front. I've already talked about great D-line, but they've given up their fair share of receptions to running backs. We've seen a bunch of them have yards against them. So I like Gibbs 3+ receptions as opposed to his regular line of like 24.5 yards. $20 on that puppy turns to 130. Now, let's get into my lean for the game. And then I promise I'll get on out of here. I'd actually lean the Lions minus 5.5. We talked about this in the Wednesday video. We'll go through every single game. I like the Lions. I feel like this spread is so big, it's begging you to bet on the Buccaneers. It's like, hey, look, Buccaneers are 5-1 or whatever their record is. They're really good. Sure, they're down some guys, but Baker's managing to make plays. And then you're at the end of the game where you need a legacy cover, and that just doesn't come. It's not my most confident lean for a side or total, and I don't think I'll have any money on the Lions to cover or win at this game outright. But I do think they do win this game, and I think they cover. Coming off a bad game against the Chiefs, and they bounce back here. They've notoriously been a really good cover machine at home, and I think the Bucs are eventually going to run out of luck just coming back in these games late in them. And I think the Lions, they have the offense to put up a ton of points on a Buccaneers defense I'm not too high on. I would lean betting the Lions. It just feels so easy to take the Buccaneers plus the 5.5, plus the 6, whatever it's at these point. I think the Lions win this game by at least a touchdown. That's where I would put my money if I had to bet a spread. Thank you as always for tuning in. Like I said, a couple bits of housekeeping. Number one, we'll be live tonight. Sweat now day 10 of the ladder challenge, the last 2 legs. And I hope we're not sweating. Hopefully, I can turn off that stream by first quarter, first half. We can call things, but I have a feeling we're going to have to sweat one of these guys. And then, of course, if you want to join the Dub Club, get some extra plays and stuff, you can. I'll be dropping my NBA plays later on, probably today, this afternoon. I won't have those NBA videos live until later on this evening. So again, if you want those, all those links are down below. You can join for $10. Get on in there, sweat out the Discord, sweat it out in the Discord, sweat it out on the live stream later on tonight at 7 p.m. And last note, sign up for Chalkboard, code COS or the link down below. Second, last note, Texans Seahawks video when that's live. I'll link it over here. Go check that out. Let's have ourselves a day, and I'll see you guys back again in the next one. Peace out, and see you tonight on the live stream, 7 p.m., probably 10 minutes before that. 6:50. See you guys there. Peace.